25th of February, and there's not really very much to see. The pile of rubbish, bricks, etc. here is just getting higher and higher and higher. It's slowly getting down the other end, close to the end of British Home Store, so whether they can get that down soon, or we're sort of at a stalemate until we can get rid of the rubbish. This is now, it's really a whole new town full of bricks. Better view from around here, you can see some tyres over buildings. It's starting to clear the British Home Stores, so that may be able to come down quite soon. Similar situation the other end, the top of the building is now down. Because of all the rubbish behind it, you can't bring any more down until we've got rid of millions of tons of rubbish. The top of this section is gone, and the scaffolding is just sort of standing up on its own and not falling over. And they're still working on it, so in terms of demolition, we're not far off finished. It's now just a matter of getting rid of thousands and thousands of tons of bricks and rubble and whatever else they've got. Again, round this side you can see where we're up to. They're blowing water on it again. You can just see there, machine blowing water to try and keep some of the dust down. Seem to be stuck now until the lease has run out on the bus station. For some inexplicable reason, they're actually on top of the bus station fixing it. With the contractors, and provisionally the bus station, the mechanics bit, should be started the 25th of March, and then it's out for tender to knock down the dole offices. So how long that's going to take and when that's going to be done is another matter. We're in March and the big pile is getting bigger and bigger, and it's now got a little brother. Load of bricks at the end here. The pile is just getting higher and wider. See at the end that there's no real progress been made because of another great pile. Until they've moved that pile, they can't knock this bottom bit down. It's obviously piled up behind it. So the whole thing really is getting rid of and sorting all this rubbish, because there's all sorts in there, and they're sort of sorting it out into dust, stones, metal, etc. What I've done with this bit is get all that scaffolding down, because that was quite a major job. So all the scaffolding's gone. I don't know what it was holding up, because nothing's fell down. So it's been up there for quite a while. Yeah, another mountain growing there. Seems to be all concrete, but concrete with steel reinforcements. Really, there's not going to be a lot of progress until a lot of this site is cleared. Little crusher, well, I'll say little, the big crusher, it's just breaking everything up. Needs a lot of power just to break a little bit of concrete up, nevertheless. Again, as a side note, the flowers are coming up nicely. Little tiny daffs, aeroflower, really miniature daffodils. Getting a better idea of this pile of rubbish, how high it is above the fence. And this is more or less all concrete with metal in it. So it's really a matter of trying to separate the concrete and the metal. It's not a lot of use for anything as it is. I've actually got lots of machines working. Very noisy machines. And why they're sort of drilling down, I don't quite understand it. 8th of March, and all you can see is this pile still getting bigger. There's another pile there, and a pile of bricks there, and it's almost to the top of these buildings now. I hate to think how many lorries it's going to take to ship that lot. Around the other side, and that pile of rubble is just growing again, so the actual end of the building we still can't get anywhere near because they've got to shift all this rubbish for it. You can see some of it there. There's still walls standing. And they've got diggers going at it hammer and tongs. They have removed one set of barriers at the end here, so you can now walk down this bit. So it's going to be a fair while before they can shift enough rubbish to knock this final bit down. Using these big machines to crush the concrete to get all the metal out, they end up with a big pile of metal. So you can actually separate it. They also make a lot of noise. Got the blower there again, trying to keep the dust down. On the side of some of the concrete, some bloody big blocks there. We've got another little mound going there. I don't know what they're doing here because they seem to be digging a really great hole. Just going to plant some flowers. Where all them bloody big blocks are coming on. The 11th of March, and there's nothing really changed. There's still a really great pile of bricks and what have you. Still messing around with it here. Not a lot else happening. You can't get uptown. This is a big poster they've put up. Key things is, which nobody seems to want, is state-of-art cinema, bowling alley, a gym, like we need another one of them, restaurant, cafes and bars. Yeah. The 11th of March, and there's nothing really changed. There's still a really great pile of bricks and what have you. Still messing around with it here. Not a lot else happening. A lot of sensors are supposed to be knocking the bus station down. There they are. Again, round the other side, there's nothing changed. There's still this massive pile of rubble. There's still a big digger there. Two men digging for gold by the looks of it. So again, they can't do anything with this end bit because it's stacked up with rubbish behind. actually taken some of the boards down, so you can see that the shop's now open, selling rubble, tins, general rubbish. Presumably they've got to remove this glass because that's going to be a bit dicey to knock down. You can see at the back of the shop that still full of rubble. I think it's going to have to hammer the top. Plenty of them, but progress is very slow and they're also very noisy. And right over there, there's a man on top of the bus station doing that up. 15th of March and nothing seems to be happening other than the fact that these sandcastles are just getting bigger and still bigger. It's going to take a long time to get rid of all this, unless they're going to use some of it as sort of a hardcore base. It's really like a ginormous bloody sandcastle we've got now. We're going mad at the bus station, it's all been painted, all nice and new. On the other side, and nothing's really changed, there's still all this metal work in the end of the building. We have got skips here to shift some of the rubbish. And the piles are just not going down at all. Got 3 diggers on the go here, fighting to break up this concrete. And they seem to be breaking up the concrete from the shop. And this is the metal reinforcement. Beast of a machine pumping out all the bricks to dust. Still got the back here to get rid of. Chucking really big bits of concrete in there, comes out as dust. Those that watched a couple of my videos, Crewe Ghost town, if you haven't, go on YouTube and search for it. But nothing's changed, just looking down here, shop closed, one closed because of COVID, the old bank closed, another one to let, barber's closed, the one next door closed. So all this destruction and all this building a new town, and we can't fill the shops with what we've got. Digger's having right fun, he's getting a fair old angle there to get that height. The 18th of March and still no real progress. The only thing that is happening is on the old Weatherspoons, they've got scaffolding up, so what they're actually doing there, whether they're getting rid of the metal on the top, so whether that's due to come down in the near future. But other than that, piles are getting higher and that's about it. See, there is actually progress on the bottom end, that all this area now is just flattened. Got the big piles there, the big digger working on that. But a hell of a lot of it has actually gone. Quite a clever little machine this. You get get all the bricks and rubble, pour it in that end, comes out this end, basically it's dust. See all the amount of scrap metal they've managed to get from around the concrete. Bit that still not been able to knock this down because of all the rubble behind it. Standing back a bit, you can see where we're up to, that the end's still piled up with rubble behind it. Still got lots of machines working full tilt, just tipping some stuff into the hopper, and out comes the dust at the other end. So we're really waiting now for them to start on the bus station, but it was supposed to be any time now, but there's nothing happening at the moment.